showing you them making all the Louis bags, the Nikes, the Lululemon. And the crazy thing is so funny about the Lululemon thing is because I guess the owner of Lululemon, the song that I told y'all about last week, what's the name of that song? Whammy, that little when she got that little bar name, but she talking about the Lululemon. The owner came out and like I guess he heard like because the John was going viral, and he was basically like, I don't want that attached to my brand or this, that, and the third. So of course, like I said, leading into with the tariffs, basically the Chinese people showed y'all that they got the knockoff Lululemon. You won't even know the difference. I mean, and realistically, right now, I mean, to be honest, if you do buy from, I think that's the scary thing that I guess for most people, like if you are somebody like myself, if you really be buying off of TikTok Shop and Shein or any of them other places, you kind of just, you kind of wondering if they're going to affect the prices right now. I guess the only thing I would sit here and say realistically, you may want to try to get order from them like as soon as you can, or because I don't know, before they really kind of get to taxing it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily know how long that one is going to last without them actually taxing it. But I'm going to play a couple of clips from some of these people that was talking about it.
Not a shock to me that China is exposing the game. It's sad to me that most of you guys didn't know the game. If you're not familiar, a bunch of Chinese accounts are on TikTok. They're probably all over your FYP too. But what they're doing is showing you that most brands will buy, let's say a bag. They'll buy the bones of a bag. Most of the bag will be manufactured in China. Then when they get the bag in Europe or to the American company, they'll maybe put some finishing touches on it. And that allows them to say it was made in America, made in Italy, yada, yada. But the reality is most of the bag was made in China. And a lot of brands are doing that just to create insane profit margins on what they want to tell you are luxury items. I saw one of the creators call this brand brainwashing, but no, this is brand whitewashing. This is market whitewashing. This is making sure that Eurocentrism and whiteness is seen as the pinnacle of products when it comes to the world market. But why when I'm walking around Chinatown or when all you guys are on AliExpress or DHgate and you guys are getting the foo-foo designer, it's unclockable? Because it's the same stuff. It's because like a lot of you guys need to wake up and realize that great products, luxury products, quality products, a lot of these things not only don't cost a lot of money, but they come from so many places around the world that don't center whiteness and capitalism. And stop letting them tell you that it's supply and demand. No, it is demand and supply. They will go where it flows. We determine what these products mean and how much they'll cost. If nobody buys a Chanel bag ever again, I guarantee you Chanel will figure out how to get it to you. I guarantee. It's not a shock to me that.
So real quick, just to even, and I'll play one more or two more of those clips because it is a Chinese dude actually in one of those factories and kind of breaking some of them down. The only thing I guess where it can help people out, because I do agree with him, like you see people all the time doing those DH gate hauls, or even now, I mean, of course, because TikTok got their own TikTok shop now, so a lot of people just kind of lean into the TikTok shop, but it just kind of lets you know where it's like, you like, dog, I don't necessarily know, like, I hope people, and let's be clear, I think a lot more people will be comfortable wearing fake knockoff stuff now, especially that you seeing these videos and the videos are going super viral and it's starting off the conversation. Because I do think a lot of people just waste money because you're trying to fit in, and that kind of go even into the conversation that we was having last week when I was asking you, like, all right, hey, when do the kids get to kind of learn or figure out their own swag? And I even think for some adults, it takes people a long time sometimes. I think sometimes for some people, until you actually get comfortable in your own skin, it's a lot harder to pull some of those things off. Like, I think you have to really be like, you have to be cool with yourself or have a huge personality. Like, shout outs to Donnie. Like, Donnie be like, them people be reaching out to Donnie and she be selling the sneakers or be pointing people to the direction of whatever the vendors are, and like whatever Chinese vendor to reach out to her or pay her to sit here and do TikTok videos. But she's confident in her. Like, she know how to make it funny. She know how to sell it. So it's kind of just like, I think a lot of times with a lot of those things, it's kind of just like who got it on and how you presenting it. Like, even when you sit here saying, if you got the right body type, you can go Shein crazy. Because like, think about, even when you think about like Young Miami or you think about Ari or any of them, I remember I used to have this conversation with this girl I was talking to all the time. I'm like, bro, all the times when they go viral, they be having the most super cheap stuff on. Maybe their heels may cost some bread or their bag, but their whole entire outfit 9 times out of 10 used to be like a Shein outfit or a Fashion Nova outfit. So I don't necessarily think, I think sometimes when people feel like I'm trying to hide myself in designer, it's just realistically because you don't have no confidence in who you are or your body type or whatever. Because the better you look, or the more confident you feel in your body type, or the more confident you feel in how you look, you kind of don't care about some of these things. So I do think realistically, a lot of times this stuff kind of, maybe it may be eye-opening for some people where it's kind of just like, all right, am I really getting finessed? Because it do seem kind of crazy, because if you see some of them jumps, like when I be looking at the shoes, I'm like, dang, this joints kind of look too. I feel like sometimes my feet just too big for some of that stuff, so I wouldn't try it for myself personally. But if I'm sitting here trying to like, you was trying to buy something for somebody who got like a more of a regular size, like you wear like a 7 or 8 or a 9, I may try it. Because I'm just sitting here saying, like, you seeing, especially right now, while China really trying to hold their nuts on the whole situation and be like, hey, we can cut out the middleman. Y'all don't got to go to Nike, or you ain't got to go to Foot Locker, and you can come straight to us, and we'll still give it to you for the low. It's like, I mean, what you really got the risk for real? For you sit here saying you paying, especially for most people who can't buy the shoe strictly from Nike or from Foot Locker, and you got to buy it after the resale market. What is going to hurt you to sit here and be like, I'm going to try it. Let me sit here and pay him $50 and see what happened instead of me sitting here paying $200, $300. But like I said, a lot of that dude just come with confidence. I'm going to play the clip of the Chinese dude first before I play one of this other black dude.
You rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs who ship your job to China, not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollowed out your middle class, crushed your working class, and taught you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodged tax, and poured billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flagged wave probably made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs fit your lies while they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back.
So, like I said, just I guess my only thoughts, and even I guess before we even start recording, there was a story that was breaking with Louis Vuitton. I believe they have a factory in Texas where they can't get people to come and work because they are only paying $17 an hour trying to finish up some of those products. Like even what they were saying, where they get the majority of the bag made in China, then they'll send it back to America or wherever to sit here and say it's made in such and such. Because I mean, that's even with American cars. I've been hearing a lot of that conversation with people saying, well, hopefully that'll help like Ford or whatever the case may be, or Chevy or what is it, a Cadillac to start making their jumps, but some of their parts still were coming from China. So like I said, I don't necessarily know. I'm not a huge, I hate, the only thing I really hate, I hate a lot of times when you listen to even the news or the radio or the podcast, when they talking about tariffs and they try to go to the extreme. I feel like you don't even have to go to the extreme if you're being honest with your audience and you kind of know your audience is like, bro, I know everybody and their mother be buying stuff off a TikTok shop now. Like I've seen, like the crazy thing is like I've seen PacSun sell their stuff through the TikTok shop now. And I'm like, damn, it's like, what the hell? And it's attached to like literally Puma do the same thing now. Like you can go on the TikTok shop and it's like a Puma, their account, a real Puma joint is attached to a TikTok shop now. So now you can still hit and sell through those things. So I think a lot of times where it's now is like, that to me is what more be a little bit more scary, because I ordered a bunch of stuff and I was kind of like, damn, I hope it come through, and it came through, but it was just like, even with the tracking process, I felt like it was off a little bit from what it normally was when I ordered it, like maybe months in like previously, but like ordering a bunch of stuff last week, I was like, all right, well, let me sit here and get a bunch of hats and whatever case may be. And I think, again, I will always tell people, especially for the dudes, if you never bought nothing off of Shein, now, if you got like the pause, you got the perfect body type for it, and you ain't really got no gut, you can go crazy and order whatever you want from Shein. But if you still got you a dad bod, or your body kind of like structured a little funny, you got to be careful with Shein. Like the pants part, it'll be perfect. You whatever type of sweatpants, shorts, whatever you want to order from there, it's cool. And the only thing I would sit here and say is, if you pay attention, like if you go on the TikTok shop and you see the same thing that you seen maybe on Shein, like pay attention to, like even on the TikTok, it's these little pants. I ain't gonna buy them because I just it's too hot for to be buying sweatpants. But it's like these little flannel, or I guess what this what they call the Jones that stretch at the bottom, like the bottom open up like bell bottoms. I think they call them flare pants or whatever they call them now. But it's a pair of them Jones where if you see them on Shein, they got them for like $11. But at the TikTok shop, they 25. But the Jones on the TikTok shop look more like thicker pants, where the Jones on Shein kind of look like almost like the basketball, like pull away Jones, like out of that material. I guess like it's not a swishy material, but it's more like I don't even know what you call it. Like to me, if you're a man and you order stuff from Shein, all I would say realistically, if you work out, then just use it for workout clothes. That will be my best bet to you. Where I'm to be just my honest opinion from buying enough stuff to kind of be like, they get it right with the bottoms, but their tops be crazy. Like their tops is literally just made to just literally work out on. So like, don't be trying to sit here. I know, like I said, now if you somebody you got like a complete 6-pack or you super bony, then you cool. You can go crazy. You may be able to get you a little club outfit to be able to rock to Shein. But if you like, my shoulders and my chest is just too big, just to the point where it's like, bro, you don't have no choice, but you only can wear these shirts to the gym. Like it just fits stupid regardless. Like it fit cool for a gym shirt, but it don't fit cool to be like, I'm gonna go wear this to a concert or something. So, and again, like I said, even with the tariffs, I do think that kind of make people kind of like, maybe I got to go to the mall now. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. Like that to me is like the more normal everyday person conversation. Because even when people talking about the iPhone's going to go up and this and the third, and I did see a joint where I think that they sit here and said they won't put tariffs on no electronic devices with them. Shit, it's a joint, right? I show it to you. You can go on.
Well, if they're not putting it on, I think but you got to think about the shipment wise, because even Nintendo was saying that they pushed their shit back because of that.
Yeah, well, maybe Nintendo not in pocket enough with Trump, but I seen it. I thought I sent it to you. It's a joint where they sit here and said that they not putting no tariffs on no electronics. It said no iPhones, no no iPhones, no laptops, no tablets, and what else was it? It was something else. I can't remember what it was, but I know for a fact it was iPhones, tablets, and laptops. And I think a key fogs or something with the electronical keys. I want to say that was the thing. But like I said, with all that even being said, it's still just to the point of it's like, I kind of make it wonder, because even just like when you're talking about how easy it is to order from Shein or the TikTok shop, I kind of was like, damn, I'm glad I don't sell clothes no more, because to me it's like, how can you realistically compete? Of course, now the quality, like I said, that quality, like if I'm looking for, like especially if you older and you was kind of bought up on streetwear clothes, like you know that cotton that you're looking for on a t-shirt, you don't want it to be like that smooth feeling. You kind of want that thick cotton feeling. You want the shirts to be, even if you like oversized t-shirts, like, and that's the crazy thing how Shein finesse you. Like it'll look like an oversized t-shirt, and that junk, because it's not made out of that material, it's not going to sit like an oversized t-shirt. Like the sleeves may be, I mean, it's just stupid. Like don't play yourself. Like don't, like some of this stuff you kind of got to learn to just don't play yourself. Like you cannot get no oversized nothing from Shein. It's not going to work for you, dog. I'm sorry. Just like I said, use it for some gym clothes, for some airport outfits, or something to just lay around in the house with, but don't sit here and waste your bread thinking I'm about to go get me a fit for Chris Brown or beyond. Like women can do whatever, but that still go into body type, but still tying it back into is like, I wonder like if they clamp down on some of those things, will it help some of like, if I got my stuff made in America? Like I said, when I used to order t-shirts from Atlantic Coast Cotton, those is like, that's an American junk. Like they make the shirts in Virginia. So it's a little bit different. So I do kept thinking like, damn, if I had a clothing line right now, and we talked about that before when we was looking at Nike and we was looking at the Juju t-shirts, when it was like a $45 t-shirt, me spending $45 on a t-shirt compared to, damn, I can go get on Shein or I can go on a TikTok shop, and you competing with a $5 or a $12 t-shirt, it's a lot different. Like it make it way harder for me to sit here and say I'm gonna buy a $45 t-shirt compared to I'm gonna buy a $10 t-shirt.
But I think that the what's name kind of put more pressure on the companies, because you're not going to up your prices. I think because, like I said, that's probably why you was getting off those prices. Because I think it's more so of the shipment, right? That's what the tariff is like,
yeah,
when you get the shipment. So I think now if you just talking about ordering stuff off a line, they might go up in their shipping price, but how, like the reason why you go to Shein is because of the cheaper
stuff. So yeah, so that's my point. So that's why I'm sitting here saying like, when if you kind of shooting Trump some bail when it comes to the American stuff, where it's like, okay, that may turn me off now, because if you're saying now I can't get a t-shirt from Shein for $5, now you're talking about the cheapest shirt on there maybe $20. Now I'd rather just go to the store somewhere. I could rather go to Old Navy or go to H&M or go to Zara or go wherever you were going before. You was like, oh, I can just go order something from Shein, or I can go order something from the TikTok shop. Like when they start to up those prices on the shipping, I do think realistically it'll make it 100 times harder. So I honestly I don't necessarily know. So again, like I said, with that one, that would be my only thing. I guess I play this one last jump from the TikTok jump.
So now we know why America really didn't want us to see what they was doing over.
He just repeating the same thing that they already said. So we can kind of get. I do want to get into this jump because it was a picture from my